why not talk about stories and characters, love stories, and all characters that are dealing with that emotional turmoil? And we'll talk about some common creative writing questions to help you become a better writer. This is the week about characters and love, or maybe the reasons they don't fall in love. How do you write a memorable love story? What is the feeling? What's the thing that you learned from it? Let's say it was like a tragic love story. Maybe they were the one that got away. If there was one thing that you could say that you learned from that experience, that's what you're then going to go put into this love story that you want to write. You're going to bring together two characters, right? Who have completely different interests, completely different desires, and then find a way to put them together. Once you have the memory in mind, and once you have what you learned from it, you're now going to put that into whoever your hero is. Now, while the story will be about two characters, your story needs to be predominantly about one hero. How do you turn a personal experience into a great story? If you're going to create a great story, you want to make your reader feel something deep inside. So when you take whatever that feeling is, now you're going to use that to embody your hero, the character that you're going to create. Now, you could have the character be a personification of you. You could have it be a story that a friend told you. But whatever that character is, everything that they do, their actions, their dialogue, the way that they interact with the world and their obstacles always have to answer that same question. What was that thing that you learned from that experience? Because if that's intertwined in every single part of it, then your reader is going to take that away from you. The time somebody had children and they like gave birth to their first child, right? The character would start at the beginning, maybe at the end of the pregnancy process, or you could even start at the front and do it as like a timeline. Now, everything that they do would have to be about how they want to give life to create a beautiful human being. All the obstacles would have to be stopping them from getting to that moment. And then the end of the story would have to show, oh, they succeeded and they gave birth to this beautiful human being, or they failed and it didn't work out. Like that would be tragic. That would be very tragic, but it would be very emotionally heartfelt because we experienced the story with them. That's how you would use a personal experience, and then you would write it into a great story. What is your favorite love story? Hands down, Princess Bride. Let's see. Vaughn, mine is Great Expectations. I've read that so far 3 times in my life. Moulin Rouge. If you're ever trying to tell a love story, you always want to think about how many obstacles can you throw at your protagonist and the love interest or your two characters to make them even more and more in love, right? Whether that is people, whether that's responsibilities that they previously committed to, whether that is health issues, whether that's physical threats, physical assault, whether that's some type of quest, whether that is any type of obstacle that makes it impossible for them to be together. Now, the challenge with love stories, and we see this a lot of the time in television show, is love stories end up becoming a default when and a replacement for narrative and like an actual like narration. And unfortunately, sometimes that's when shows, a lot of like sitcoms and sometimes dramas will go sideways because it becomes less about the overarching story of what the show was and more about just there being a love interest. If you got any value out of this video, if you got any value out of the questions, like, follow, and subscribe this video. That will show you when I'm doing new daily writing stuff. And it also helps me so I can continue to try to like reach more writers out there and help more writers improve their creative writing expertise. So I have a character coming up in this story, The Last Scarecrow, who it's a love story. And it's actually going to be it's going to be like so tragic, so tragic, because I wanted to explore a type of love story that I haven't seen too often. So I have this rabbit character, and the rabbit character is searching for his lost love. The more that time is passing, the more that the rabbit's forgetting who the creature was that they love. and so much time has passed that they're hitting a point where they don't know, they don't remember if they even were in love. They're going to be introduced in one of the coming chapters, but their journey is the character that they loved, were they actually real, or is the love just part of just like this new fake reality that they're exploring? And this rabbit is actually going to have a very freaking cool ability. This rabbit is has the ability to steal color or to take colors from the world around them. I got that original like idea, that ability idea from a really great animated show from Adventure Time. I don't know if you've seen it, but I thought it would be cool to explore that concept of like, all right, if you had an ability and you could touch like a color, like touch the color like red, for instance, and then like the red, the dye itself disappear or like is absorbed, and then like the color can affect or enhance the whatever character happens to. So that's the ability I'm going to be exploring, and I'm going to use its colors ability in lieu with like the love story. But I'm going to catch you on the morrow. And don't forget, write some love characters. All right. I'm Kauffman, and peace out.